It's the Dark Master, back again for the next day in the response marathon. This time it is 36 questions women have for men. So let's get started, shall we?
How does it feel to be the same
How does it feel to be the same
sex?
sex as Hillary Clinton? I mean, they're horrible people of both genders, might I add.
Why do you hate rom-coms? Or do you just feel like you need to hate them? Everybody likes them.
Why do I hate rom-coms? Because they're not fun for me. My personal tastes are a bit more sophisticated than rom-coms. But yeah, so there are men who like rom-coms, women who don't like rom-coms, so not all men, that's a fact, by the way.
Everybody likes rom-coms. Why do you...
I don't like Beyonce, and I don't like that other thing. Beyonce is a bad writer and a bad singer. Kanye used to be a good singer, but now he's not so good. So, no, it's not true. You're lying.
Women sit around and talk about men and movies and y'all...
Like, no one has an actual issue with that. Like, literally, no one has an actual issue with that.
Women sit around and talk about men and movies and y'all easily just sit around and talk about movies for hours. Why do you...
I have yet to meet people who talk about boobs for hours. Please direct me to them. Because they must be really boring people. Okay? It's like this is a hyperbole and false.
Automatically assume that you won't like TV or movies that star a female. Why are you surprised when...
I don't assume that. I watch a series and then if I like it, I like it. The main protagonist's gender does not matter to me. But yeah, so that's the point.
I'm probably funny.
First of all, you're not funnier than me. Second of all, the reason why men are genuinely viewed as funnier is because there's a lot more male comedians than women comedians. Now, I'm not saying that men are inherently funnier. It's just something we observe in the real world. Obviously, you don't know about the real world.
Why do you think that we're obsessed with you when we read up? 9 times out of 10, I just want you to read too. I'm busy. I got shit to do.
Reason is because sometimes that's true. It's like, why do you assume all men are rapists? Why do you assume all white people are racist? Like, I could ask you the same questions for your bigoted self, but you don't care. You don't care about that. It's perfectly okay to be racist against white people and sexist against men.
I can look as many people as I want to without being judged. When men do it, they can judge you. Why do you consider...
Okay, here's the thing. It's a lot harder for, I would say, men in general to get laid than women. I don't know. Okay, but that's probably the reason. And no, and by the way, it just is, it's easier. Like, it is easier. It just is. It's like, I don't like going into details, but I mean, come on. I mean, all women have to do is lay down. Well, I hate talking about this, but social just words make me talk about this disgusting stuff.
The teen if she doesn't think of you after 3 days, but a slut if she thinks of you on the first... In what world?
Okay, so that's not true. Every man is different. And, that's just like a false dichotomy. Who says that? Like, genuinely, who says that? I need citations for that because it's just ridiculous.
No means yes. No means no. Why do you say that?
No means no. Rapists don't care. Okay, this whole teach men not to rape is flawed because everyone knows raping is bad, but people do it anyway. It's not that they don't know any better, unless if they don't know any better, then they're idiots. But it's because they choose to do it in the first place. That's it. There's no teaching required.
Women are too emotional to be leaders, then justify catcalling by saying men should feel control.
Okay, those are completely two different situations. One is harmless fun. The other has the fate of an entire country. And by the way, the reason Hillary lost was because she was a completely emotionless politician. It doesn't have anything to do with the fact that she had emotions. Nothing at all. In fact, I could say it's probably the opposite. She had too few emotions, is why she lost the election to Donald Trump. Bernie would have won, but you guys voted for Hillary Clinton.
You think that just because you're nice to me, I owe you my life. Why would you ever send an unsolicited dick pic?
In one. First of all, I don't think, nobody believes that you owe them your body when, they're nice to you. Like, no one thinks that. Maybe a few crazy people in the Middle East, but, no one, it's not the majority opinion. And also, the thing with the other question, just no. It's I actually agree with you. Unsolicited pictures of that nature are disgusting. I've never had to deal with it, but I can understand why that's disgusting. So, to men who do that, you're kind of losers. But whatever.
Why do you feel like it's okay to harass women or make offensive comments about women, but when somebody does it to your sister, it's not okay?
Difference. I know my sister well. I love my sister. Of course, this is, not true. I don't have a sister, but whatever. It's like, when you're related to someone, you care a lot more about them than some random bloke down the street. That's why, and if they're underage, then yes, I do take offense to that, but what? It's common sense. You care more about your family than you do about other people. It's selfish, I know, but it's just true.
Interrupt me when I'm in the middle of making a point during the meeting. Why do you have to say?
People who interrupt you are jerks. But come on, that's not all men, man. This is wrong. They're just jerks. They're jerks of all gender. I've been interrupted by girls when I'm talking to someone else, so it's not inherently a one-sided issue.
Like so wide open. I get that you have balls, but I don't stand around with my arms wide open and think anything.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
Okay, the reason why people, hold, they spread their legs, because here's the difference. Boobs aren't crushed. When you lay your hands, for men, it's like a vice. It's a vice that crunches a very sensitive area. Women don't have that. So, come on. Don't compare boobs to that stuff. It's like comparing tigers to the Tasmanian tiger. Completely different animals. Just why? That's so common sense, man. Just common sense. And it's not an issue. Why do you care that what men do in their private time?
Why are women perceived as the weaker sex, even though we literally birthed you?
Okay, the reason they're considered that is because women in general, okay, let me put out there, in general, have weaker upper body strength. You don't see, Mike Tyson's and, Dwayne The Rock Johnson arms on girls. You don't see that very often. Now, sometimes you do, and that's awesome. But it's not the norm. Just for the record.
Watermelons through like this. Why is it so bad to show your emotion? It means you're human. Why are you?
Okay. I've never been afraid to show my emotions, okay? When someone doxes someone, I go full emotional, like you're a jerk. But the reason why men in general don't like showing their emotions is because it's perceived as weakness. Now, I don't agree with that, but that's the reason behind it. And also, to answer your other question about the watermelon, your bodies are designed to deal with that. Okay? So, just for the record. And also, trust me, it's not just men who don't show emotions. I mentioned Hillary Clinton before, but Hillary Clinton, she's an emotionless reptile. I'm not sure she is human at this point.
He's trying to prove your masculinity. Why the isn't it ladylike to cuss?
First of all, it's not ladylike because it's not polite. Second of all, I'm not always trying to prove my masculinity. But the reason people do that is because we're related to apes, and chimpanzees and monkeys always do that all the time. It's ingrained in our behavior. It's kind of a primal urge, like, oh boy, I'm an alpha male. I'm a tough guy. Like, that's an inherent thing. Of course, brains beat brawn every day of the week, but, to each his own.
Words get gendered.
Why is it your first instinct to doubt women who have been sexually violated or raped? Why do
Let me explain it like this. The reason that happens is because it's called innocent till proven guilty. You cannot assume someone's guilty because a woman says he's guilty. That's sexist. And I know you feminists want to get rid of it and just throw men in jail if someone even says they may have raped her, but the statistics are 1 in 40, not 1 in 4. So just for the record. And it's funny, people always say there's a rape culture in the United States of America, but you ignore the rape culture that actually exists in Saudi Arabia. Oh, I forgot, I'm Islamophobic. That's Islamophobic for me to say, sorry.
Your woman's angry because she's on her period. What?
It's generally true. I mean, when you're on your period, your hormones are all messed up. So that's why people say, be nice to people when they're on their you-know-what. It's just common sense. It's like asking, why are men angry when they have a good bullet wound? Oh yes, they're angry because they're in pain. They're in pain. Like, is that so hard to know? And that's so obvious to anyone with half a brain cell.
I think women that wear makeup are false advertising.
I don't think that. Majority of men don't think that. And maybe the reason is because Hollywood does all these high expectations where no one can meet the standards of, hey, this is beauty, man. And that there are some women that just do look better with makeup, by the way.
Say the same thing about your dick size. What?
A lot harder to lie with that. I know, they're like, what? That's crazy. You're crazy, man. It's like,
Weird that there's a bunch of old white men sitting in a room making legislation about what I can and can't do with my body.
Did you have a coochie?
Why are straight guys so obsessed with lesbians? How does that there's a bunch of old white men sitting in a room making legislation about what I can and can't do with my body?
sorry for the video error there, guys, but to answer her question, you have the right to vote. Why haven't you voted for women in office? There are tons of women candidates. You never vote for them for some strange reason. But no, it's our fault. Vote for women! If you hate white old men so much, vote for women. You're 51% of the population. You can do this. You can change. Hillary Clinton could have won. I wouldn't have liked that because Hillary Clinton's a dishonest, politician, but it's just true. Vote! Don't complain that stuff doesn't change if you don't vote. It's like complaining it's racist to quote crime statistics. Ugh, I'm sick. I'm talking like Elmo Fudd.
Have a coochie?
Why are straight guys so obsessed with lesbians?
I don't know. I've never heard that stereotype before until now. So, thank you for introducing me to a new form of stereotyping against straight males. Thanks.
How does it feel to get kicked in the balls? You ever get?
It is painful. Painful. Very painful. I can't. It's arguably the most painful thing a male can experience. Aside from getting. You know what?
Been trying to be manly all the time. Why?
I don't have that urge, by the way. So, another straw man. Thanks. BuzzFeed, you really like those straw men. Can't wait to hear the 72 cents straw man.
Afraid of gender equality.
Why do I deserve to be paid less than you?
Okay, two things. I'm not afraid of gender equality. It already exists. Secondly, you do deserve to be paid just as much as me, assuming you actually do the work. Didn't expect to hear that, I bet. But that's basically it. I mean, like, whoa. You are paid that much, assuming you do the work. I mean, if I'm a governor and you are a waiter, you're not gonna get paid much. Gender has nothing to do with it. It's a job.
Equal to 77 cents equal $1.
In what world does 68 cents equal $1?
Not in this world, because both of those things are false. First of all, I've never heard of the 62 cents. I have heard of 73 cents, and it's completely false. It lumps together every single woman's salary compared to men. More men are billionaires, more men are politicians. It's an unfair comparison. You do get paid as much. And so I'd appreciate if people like you and the Utah Outcasts stop spreading that lie. Because it implies we're all, unequal when we really are equal. Just stop.
Not fair. Why are you intimidated by a woman who makes more money than you? That's awesome. More money. Why?
First of all, it's not awesome to me if I get paid minimum wage. Because I don't get any of that money. Secondly, I'm not, intimidated by a woman who makes more money than me. There are tons of women who make more money than me. I don't care. So, why? What's the point? That's a silly question.
Opinionated women seen as bitches.
When opinionated men are seen as bosses.
True, opinionated women can be bosses, and opinionated men can be jerks. This isn't a gender thing, it's an attitude. If you're a jerk to someone, you're a jerk. It doesn't matter what gender you are.
Why aren't you speaking up when you hear your male friends behind closed doors make jokes that are offensive to women? Why are you...
Because I'm not a thin-skinned coward like you. Humor is humor, and subjective. And words are powerless. You give these words power. What don't you and people like the Utah Outcasts don't get? You give them power when you say they're bad. Words are just words. They're just words. When you get offended by them, you give them power. It's as simple as that.
Afraid of recognizing your own privilege. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. Just recognize it and do something about it.
So that was the last question. I do not have privilege. I would argue I have very little privilege. And it's funny, I have autism, so, I'm, disenfranchised a lot, so, what's your point? But let's answer this question. So what are my thoughts on this video? It's horrible. It's somehow worse than the last two questions. It generalizes all men and asks silly questions that could be answered in simple biology. So anyway, this has been the Dark Master. Remember to like, favorite, and subscribe for more Lego reviews, and catch you next time when we answer 24 questions black people have for white people. These are the questions that BuzzFeed did ask. Hopefully they're worth something. Peace out.